That's it?
Go.
Regan.
What?
I guess what goes around comes around, huh? Bet in your wildest dreams you never thought you'd be wrestling Sandman tonight.
You know, what is this about? You know, Sandman and I go back a long way. Apparently Sandman feels that that I deserve some sort of revenge for what he did to me. I mean, granted, his wife and him were separated when I took his wife from him. And it's not my fault that his kid left him, that his son Tyler Fullington left him for me because he thought I would make a better parent than his drunken father. I mean, the fact that no matter where I go, no matter what promotion I wrestle in, he shows up and causes havoc. This is bullshit. This is a bunch of crap, man. What is this now? What is this?
I don't know what's going on here.
Apparently AJ Styles can't get out of a car.
Oh, wait a minute.
God!
AJ Styles!
AJ Styles on the attack with Raven.
This attacked Raven, of course. He got a big extra run after Raven damaged his hand last week, Mike.
Dislocated his fingers. But, I mean, AJ needs to focus long term. He's got Jeff Jarrett next week for the world's title. They're playing right into Russo's hands.
Come over here, come here.
I'll tell you what, though, but how can you argue with his passion?
What's this?
Okay, what happened here, you guys? How did
Who
this
is
happen?
that? That's the Rock and Roll Express.
I don't know what's
That's
going
Rick
on
and
here.
Robert Gibson, Mike.
I don't know what...
Looked like they'd been beaten in the back with the
They had hoods over their heads.
Who was behind that?
Well, did AJ do it? I mean, he just pulled up.
Now I'm getting another word from the back. Raven and Sandman tonight. Falls count anywhere. That's one way to settle it. Let's turn them loose here on NWA TNA.
Mike,
Wow.
what happened to the Rock and Roll Express out there? And what happened to AJ Styles?
We'll try and get those questions answered, but first, let's take a look at this interview that I conducted earlier with David Flair. Wow.
David, I certainly have plenty of questions to ask you about your recent association with Vince Russo as Sports Entertainment Extreme goes to battle with the tradition of the NWA. But before we get to those questions, let me run a few names by you, some people from the past, some people from the present, and what I'd like to get from you is your from the gut, your from the heart response to these names that I give you. Number one, Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson, a guy I've been close to my whole life, a guy that, you know, when I'd come visit in the summertime, you know, he was always around. A guy I haven't seen much of lately, but a big part of my life.
Vince Russo.
Vince Russo, a guy who gave me my first shot, a guy who brought the WWF to the top, and a guy who came down to WCW and, you know, tried to change things around.
And here, Vince Russo obviously has given you another opportunity with Sports Entertainment Extreme.
Yeah, you know, he has given me another opportunity, and, you know, I've progressed. You know, back then, you know, I didn't have, you know, my wrestling down, and, you know, I'm still learning as time goes, but a guy who has given me another second chance here.
Stacy Keibler.
Stacy Keibler, beautiful girl, but at the time, I don't know which head was working. Catch my drift?
I think I understand what you're saying. Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, of course, that's my father, but as you and Mark, you know, you could probably answer all those questions. You probably know everything about him. What do you want to know about Ric Flair?
I want to know a lot about Ric Flair. I want to know your personal feelings about Ric Flair, number one.
Do you want to know that Ric Flair worked 365 days of the year and didn't have time to see his kid? Do you want to know that Ric Flair worked 365 days a year, couldn't see me play a baseball game, he couldn't see me play a football game, he couldn't see me do anything?
Let me be the devil's advocate here for a second. Certainly your father was on the road 52 weeks a year. But at the same time, he was providing for you. He was providing for his family.
And he was providing for my family, and he was providing for a Mark like you. But what about a father who wasn't around? How about a kid who doesn't have a dad? Have a birthday party. Where's your dad? Baseball game. Where's your dad?
What was that like growing up in the shadow of someone as famous, larger than life, like Ric Flair?
Yeah, it's tough growing up as Ric Flair, you know. You know, at one time, I don't know if I wanted to get in the wrestling business, but, you know, once you get in that ring, you know, you get a taste of it, and you just, you know, it's like no other. You like having the people around and, you know, people cheering and yelling for you, you know. But it's, you know, it's very tough.
You said at one time you didn't think you wanted to get into the wrestling business. What drove you to get into the wrestling business?
I don't think, you know, he wanted me to get in the wrestling business. Wrestling business isn't a great business. You know, it's not. You know, I've grown up in the wrestling business. It's been a part of my whole life.
David, what goals have you set for yourself as a professional wrestler?
Goals I set for myself as a professional wrestler, I want to be the best wrestler that I possibly can be. You know, one day I want to be the NWA champion. You know, whatever is there for me to do, I want to be number one. You know, I'm young, I'm 23. You know, I came in at a young age.
Have to ask you about the burlap sack that we've seen here for the past couple of weeks, which has certainly allowed you to score quite a few victories here in NWA TNA. What's the story behind that and what's inside it?
You'll know when I want to let you know.
The following contest is scheduled